Hello YouTube, Mr. Malin back again, and we're going to read a bit more of Slime today. So moving on to the next chapter. At first glance, it wasn't clear who was holding who. It might as well have been the cat holding Yarn, as they were both the same size. For Cat, like all the others, was called Tiddles. Of this Tiddles, you could tell apart from all the rest, for the simple reason that it was the size of a grizzly bear. It was really gigantic Tiddles. I said, "Who goes there?" repeated Aunt Greta. The boy heaved himself up onto a chair. Meanwhile, Slime, which had spread out all over the silk rug, gathered itself together again. It took its blobulous form behind the boy. "It's me, Aunt Greta, your favourite nephew, Ned," spotted the boy. "Well, I say favourite, you've only got one, so I must be your favourite." Aunt Greta was not the least bit amused. "You are a leech, is what you are, boy, sucking all you can from me, like the rest of your wretched family." And the evil cat was giving him the evil eye. They glinted like diamonds on his collar. It hissed. "Don't you read the sign? Trespassers will be eaten. I want you out of my castle now, or I'll set Tiddles on you." And with that she hurled gigantic Tiddles towards the boy. The great thing landed with a thud on the floor. "And who is this gigantic bogey with you?" demanded Aunt Greta. "Charming," exclaimed Slime. As it looked down, it noticed that gigantic Tiddles was licking Slime's blobby foot with its huge, rough tongue. Slime didn't agree with the cat one bit, and soon gigantic Tiddles was coughing up not hairballs, but slime balls. "Slime is my friend," replied the boy. "How perfectly revolting to make a lump of snot for a friend," remarked Aunt Greta. "Well, you should try having a friend some day, Aunt Greta. We worry about you here, all alone in the castle." The lady chuckled to herself. "Friends? I have no need for friends or family or anybody. These are my nearest and dearest." And with that, the lady displayed her jewel collection to the boy. Aunt Greta looked like a Christmas tree with sparkly decorations dangling from every conceivable place. From her ears, from her hair, from her wrists, from her feet, everywhere was covered in cat jewellery. You might mistake Aunt Greta for a member of the royal family if it were not for the stench of cat wee. "What are you doing here, boy?" she sneered. "I didn't invite you to my castle. I never invite people to my castle. They always want something." "Well, actually," began Ned before he was cut off. "Is it money? Is that why you're here? Because I tell you now that you aren't getting a single penny of my millions. Do you hear me, boy? Not a penny." "Is she always like this?" whispered Slime. "This is her on a good day," replied Ned. "What do you want, boy? Tell me," she thundered, "or else I will set my 101 cats on you." And Ned looked up at the castle window. The other 100 cats must have scrambled up the courtyard wall. Now they were streaming into the living room, a rushing river of cats, led by gigantic Tiddles. All the other Tiddlies began circling the pair, ready to strike. "Tell me, boy," she yelled, causing her jewellery to clank together, "or you will be cat food." The boy had the naughtiest notion, a notion that would teach this lady a lesson that might just change the lives of all the children of Mulch forever. "I am here, Auntie dearest, because I wanted to give you something." The lady was intrigued. "Me?" "Yes, you. I worry that you just don't have enough jewellery." Greta looked down at her many adornments. "You are right, boy," she trilled. "I don't have nearly enough sparkly things. There is always a need for more. More. "Would you like some more?" asked Ned. "Yes," growled Greed. Gimme more." Ned looked at Slime. "I knew you would want more. Please, let my friend Slime treat you." And the pair smiled at each other. Slime knew exactly what to do. "Let's start with another necklace," exclaimed the boy, and with that Slime's chest opened and a torpedo of goo shot straight out. Splurge, and it hit the lady's chest, covering her in slime. And of course, some new earrings, and 2 smaller slime bombs struck her ears. Splat, splat. And why have a tiara when you can have a big, massive crown, and then what was left of Slime rose into the air and came crashing down on top of her head, covering her from top to bottom in goo. She shrieked, and Ned allowed himself a laugh. Slime gathered himself together again and shot back over to the boy. "We need to get out of here," exclaimed Slime. "Why?" "The Tiddlies are on the attack," and Ned looked down. Surrounding him were cats, and more cats. Leading the pride of cats was gigantic Tiddles. The enormous beast jumped at the boy, its fangs bared. Slime fought fast. Without a word, Slime shot up to the ceiling and stuck there. It was now like a giant jellyfish. Long, gooey tentacles poured down from above. "What about me?" Ned called up. "I'm getting there," Slime called down. Just in time, the tentacle scooped up the boy and whisked him to the ceiling. Ned's bare feet became embedded in the slime. He hung there upside down, out of reach of the cat's claws, feeling more than a little pleased with himself. However, the smug look on his face turned sour as his slime-drenched aunt barked her order. "Tiddlesies, eat that boy!" Aunt Greta must have trained her 101 cats in circus skills. Unlikely, I know, but stay with me, because immediately the beasts began climbing up on each other's shoulders. The cats formed some kind of cat ladder, to give it its proper name. In no time the cats were rising, higher and higher and higher and higher, and in the blink of an eye they were dangerously close to the boy, their sharp claws swiping at him. "Slime, please do something," Ned screamed. Slime started sliming its way along the ceiling to escape. However, it soon became tangled up in a chandelier. "Tiddlesies, we have them now," bellowed Aunt Greta from below, as she wiped the goo off her face. "Enjoy your dinner, my beauties." And now cats are not the brightest of creatures. In my experience of spending time with different types of animals, I would rate their intelligence like this: cats, octopuses, figs, pigeons, dogs, crowns, rats, parrots, elephants, dolphins, and then chimpanzees. Not all cats, but some cats. The not clever thing that the cats did was make the kitten Tiddlesies go at the bottom of the cat ladder. Then the fully grown Tiddlesies went in the middle of the ladder. Then the gigantic Tiddles at the top. Gigantic Tiddles was now exactly level with Ned, tangled up with Slime in the chandelier. The monstrous Moggy was chomping at the air, just a tiny whisker from Ned's face. As Slime tried to escape from the chandelier, it accidentally swung the upside-down boy straight towards the beast. Ned screamed, and gigantic Tiddles chomped as its fangs bit into Ned's ear. The pain was eye-watering. What's more, the beast was not letting go. A giant cat's earring is perhaps the most painful earring of them all. The boy kept swinging, and gigantic Tiddles swung too. The beast swung so far that the ladder began to crumble, and as gigantic Tiddles stayed locked onto Ned's ear with its fangs, the other 100 cats beneath him took a tumble. The 100 cats fell right on top of Aunt Greta. Boom, 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 boom. Meow. The lady was buried under a mountain of cats. There came a muffled cry. No doubt one of the cat's bottoms was stuck right under her nose. With all the other cats having tumbled to the floor, incredibly gigantic Tiddles was still dangling from Ned by his ear. Try as he might to fight it off, the beast was not letting go of Ned's ear. In fact, it was sinking its fangs deeper and deeper into his flesh. Ned screamed, as you might if you had a giant cat that weighed as much as a small card dangling from your ear. Meanwhile, Aunt Greta was scrambling up from underneath the mountain of cats. Many of her cats were still stuck all over her gooey body, and the wicked lady looked like a huge, furry monster. "I can't get this gigantic cat off my ear," screamed Ned. "Tickle it," suggested Slime. "Tickle it?" "It's worth a try." Immediately, the upside-down pair began tickling gigantic Tiddles all over its body, its ears, its chin, its legs, its tummy, its tail. But nothing worked. The cat remained stuck onto Ned's ear. "Tickle the tip of its tail," said Ned. "I'm not tickling the tip of a cat's tail," replied Slime. "Why not?" demanded the boy. "Well, people will talk." "Nonsense, let's do it together." That's exactly what they did. The pair tickled the tip of Gigantic Tiddles' tail. And then the cat laughed. As it did so, it opened its mouth and let go of Ned's ear. Gigantic Tiddles fell through the air. "No!" cried Aunt Greta from below as a cat, the weight of a baby elephant, crashed down on her head. She cried out. "Have you had enough now, Aunt Greta?" asked Ned, "or would you like some more?" "Please," pleaded Aunt Greta. "No more, no more." "Then things have to change on Mulch." "Anything, just name it." "No more nasty grown-ups terrorising children." "I haven't a clue what you mean," she protested. "You know exactly what I mean. Wrath, the envies, pride, sloth, the gluttons. We children want them all off the island forever." "Or?" asked Greed. "Or Slime will have its fun with you." "No," she begged. "I'll have them shipped off at once." "Excellent," exclaimed Ned. "And as for you—" "Well, I promised to be nicer to the nasty little wretches. I mean children." Mused Ned. "You're getting there. Now please know you are welcome to be part of our family again. We'd love to have you pop over for tea at our cottage one day." Stuttered the lady. "Slime will take you." "It would be a pleasure," said Slime with a wicked tone in his voice. No to the lift, but yes for the tea," she replied. "Super," said Ned. "Now, Slime, let's go." Slime untangled itself from the chandelier to become a jetpack. "Goodbye for now," said Ned, and together the friends shot out of the castle window, and Aunt Greta watched them go, open-mouthed in shock. It had been the most slime-tastic day, but it was nearly over. The sun was setting over Mulch. "Home, please," called out the boy to the slimy jetpack on his back. "Certainly, Ned," obliged Slime, and they flew through the sky, back to the place where the adventure had begun, the family cottage. Ned's home was eerily quiet from above. As it was only dusk, his mother and father would still be hard at work. Where was his sister, Jemima? Upon searching the whole house, Ned found that it was empty. "Jemima," he called out. "Jemima!" But she was nowhere to be found. "Where is she?" asked the boy. Slime shook his slimy head. "No idea. But she can't have gone far. Mulch isn't a big island." Checking in the bathroom, Ned noticed his wheelchair was missing too. "My wheelchair? She's taken my wheelchair. My sister's an absolute horror. Where on earth has she put my wheelchair?" What would she want with it?" "I bet she's thrown it off a cliff." "Ned, you don't know that." "Well, she's done worse." "Jemima can't be all bad." "Oh, she is," replied Ned. "Well, let's see if we can find her. If we do, I'm sure your wheelchair won't be far away." "I guess so." "I know so. Come on." And with that, Slime scooped the boy out to the bathroom, and they took to the skies once more. This time, Ned's friend transformed into a kite. The boy lay on top of the kite, and together they flew across the island in search of Jemima. "Look!" shouted the boy. "Boot prints!" Indeed, there were big boot prints in the mud leading into the forest. The pair glided over the trees until Ned spotted a clearing. There was a flash of bright colours down below, and the boy thought it might just be his big sister's flowery dress. He gestured for Slime to slowly descend, and silently the pair swooped down to the forest floor. Slime changed back into being a blob, and it scooped Ned up into its blobby arm and held him tight. The boy was right. Up ahead, beside the oldest tree in the forest, was Jemima and his wheelchair. The girl was too far away for Ned to know what she was doing, but he was sure she was up to no good. "Let's get her again," Ned whispered to Slime. "Hang on a moment," hesitated Slime. "No, come on. We need the element of surprise. Now turn yourself back into a ball." "A slime ball?" "Exactly. Then we can roll over to her and, surprise, cover her from head to toe in slime." Slime shrugged, as much as a blob of slime can shrug, and did what it was told. Ned pulled himself onto the top of the slime ball, and together they rolled across the forest, nearer and nearer to Jemima. It was only when they were near that Ned saw that Jemima's head was resting on the seat of his wheelchair. The boy wanted to tell her that he'd blown off countless times on the very spot where her nose was, but thought better of it. It would spoil the surprise. Rolling nearer still, Ned noticed Jemima was doing something he'd never heard her do before. She was crying. "Why is she crying?" whispered Ned to Slime. "Maybe your sister misses you." "Oh, don't be daft, Slime. She hates me, just like I hate her. Come on, let's get closer." And the slime ball rolled over to a twig and snapped in two. The noise must have startled Jemima. Acting on instinct, she leapt to her feet and kicked out. She kicked so hard with her booted foot that Ned and Slime shot up into the sky. Ned screamed, and as he began tumbling back to earth, he realised his particular plan had not gone to, well, plan. "Slime!" he shouted. "Help me!" Slime was a great deal higher in the sky than him. "Ned, I can't get to you!" the boy screamed, and Ned was plummeting straight towards Jemima. Then the most marvellous thing happened. Jemima caught Ned in her arms. "Ned, I'm so pleased I found you." And now face to face, Ned saw she had tears in her eyes. Slime landed a little way off in the forest, and it began rolling over towards them through the tall trees. "Why were you crying, Jemima?" asked Ned. "I was worried about you," she replied, holding her little brother in her arms. "Me?" The boy couldn't believe his ears. "Yes, you. I'm so sorry I made you run away from home." "Well, you were always so beastly to me." "I know, but I never wanted you to run away. When you did, I realised how much I—" "You what?" asked Ned. Was Jemima really going to say it? "Like you." "I thought you were going to say love." "Let's stick with like right now," replied Jemima. "Like is good," exclaimed Ned. "You are my little brother, and I should be looking after you, not playing horrid tricks on you." "Oh, thank goodness for that," said Ned. "But why were you hiding out here in the forest?" "Oh, since dawn I've been looking all over the island for you. The forest was the last place I looked. I broke down because night was falling, and I thought you were gone forever." By this time Slime had rolled all the way over to the pair. "Hello," said Slime, and Jemima screamed. "It talks." "There's no need to scream," reassured Ned. "I'm perfectly friendly," said Slime. "You did boot me up the bottom," said Jemima. "Oh, yes," replied Slime. "Sorry about that." "I deserved it," she said. "But what are you?" "I'm Slime." Jemima lifted up her hand and touched the strange creature. "Yes, you do feel very, very slimy," she remarked. "Slime was made when I mixed together all those disgusting things you collected in jars," added Ned. Jemima's eyes fell. "Oh, so you found out about my little plan?" "Yes, I did," replied Ned. "Oh, no," she said. "Oh, yes. But because of all that, I've made a friend and the most marvellous adventure." "Well, that's something, I guess. Where have you been?" "Flying all over the island," replied Slime. "We've been righting some wrongs." "Well, I'd like to right a wrong," began the girl. "Ned, I'm sorry." The boy smiled and wrapped his arms around his sister. "Come with us," said Ned. "Let's take one last flight." "Me?" said Jemima. "Yeah, you," said the boy. He took his sister by the hand. "One last time around the island." "Please, Slime?" "With pleasure," replied Slime. It scooped up the pair and took to the sky, and this time it changed into a great slimy dragon. Ned and Jemima held on to each other as they sat on its back, its wings flapping below them. And we're going to leave it there. We're going to look at the final part of the story next time. So well done today, Year 2. Keep up the great work, and hopefully I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye for now.